So Allan Kardec did something that was completely the opposite of what was going in a society of the time. We had this dichotomous situation where you had religion on one side and you had philosophy and science on the other. And what he did was put the three together. And he said, no, we need all three of them. And this is actually now the tripod, the tripartite organization of the Spiritist doctrine. It's actually tripartite because it's actually in the sense of a government. You cannot take anything away. A lot of people say, oh, I will only study the religious side of Spiritism. Then you're not studying Spiritism. Some might say, oh, I only like to look at the scientific point of Spiritism. Then you're not studying Spiritism. You cannot take away these pieces. See, if a human being loses a hand or a foot, you still call it a human being. You still recognize that the rest as a human being. Not with Spiritism. This is one of the situations where either you have all three or you don't have them. Or you don't have Spiritism. You have something else, but you don't have Spiritism. And this is extremely important because a religion, a faith that is religious without scientific basis is a fanatical faith. It's fanaticism. You lose control of it. Science without some religious basis, without a foundation of religiosity, derails very quickly into a materialism. We can think about also science and philosophy, or religion and philosophy. For instance, when you leave philosophy alone, for instance, without some background from religion, philosophy will eventually deny that God exists, deny that we have anything afterwards, and we tend to go towards nihilism, the idea that there is nothing. This is it, this is the life, and there is nothing afterwards. That we all go back into nothingness, right? If we have a philosophical belief without scientific background, we don't know how to ask the questions properly. Once again, it can derail into some form of nihilism, into some form of very detrimental, very negative behavior, or even philosophical beliefs. So we need all of these together, always together. If you say, I am studying Spiritism, you are studying not only the scientific part of it, the philosophical part of it, but also the religious part. Some people say, I will only read the Gospel according to Spiritism, one of the books, because that reminds me of my religious background. Well, then you're really not studying Spiritism. You need all three. They are together, and they are inseparable when you speak of Spiritism.